Underground where we are. Right. If you keep it the buck and I keep it the buck, then we all gonna be alright. Cause we want the ball, the money, the bitches and all. The figures, the digits, the exquisite visits to all of the different shows. I was still want more. Private jets to Caribbean shores. Girls in bikini, champagne grapes on my feet me. Smoking that lettuce for sure. Penthouse on the beach, champagne spilling hot tub where we reach.
You're in tune to the 2 MCs in the Mic podcast with your host, Link the Boss, Blam the General.
Welcome. What up?
Yes,
back in this for another wonderful 2 MCs in the Mic podcast show. How y'all doing today? Y'all ain't good?
No, we good. I'm good. I'm good as fuck, man. You here?
I know you ain't napping already on me.
Hey, yo, man, listen, man. It's been a long day, man. It's been a long day, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man.
Burning that midday oil, huh?
Hell yeah, man. You know, gotta grind all the time, man. The grind never ends.
True grit don't quit, man.
Yeah, man.
Everybody alive and well with a story to tell, because I got one for y'all motherfuckers today.
Oh, yeah? You got a story? What that is?
I got a story about
real.
I got a story about how I almost got jacked up on some bread in high school. How I had the school grab me and took some bread off of me, and
So hold on. Let me get this right. Your school tried to steal your money?
I mean, they technically thought that I was doing something to come by that money, and they wanted clearance. See?
Something? What's that?
They thought that niggas was hand curb serving.
So they thought you was selling motherfucking drugs?
Yeah.
Why? Because you black?
I think so, because the school was predominantly
man,
white.
that's some racist ass fucking shit, man.
Nigga.
Just because you black and you got money over saying you selling drugs or something?
Yes.
Gotta be,
man?
They always think it's gotta be some drugs.
Of course, because normally it always is, man. You know what I'm saying?
Because we ain't supposed to have shit.
It's always drug money, man.
Yeah.
Listen, man. I bet you it was drug money.
Pretty much, they thought it was.
Let me stop, man.
So I'm gonna hit y'all up with a little story. So, in the late 90s, you know what I mean, I'm in high school, you know what I mean?
Late 90s, that's over 20 years ago, nigga. How
Facts.
old are you?
20 years ago. I'm gonna put 20 more on that. That's where I'm at.
You 40?
Facts.
Man, you don't look a day over 21, nigga.
Man, that's why I like it. Let's keep it just like that. Young bitches are allowed. Let's go. So I'm in high school, and if you know me, and as my peoples who can contest to this, I'm always in high school. I always had a lot of money, but
You always had the bread, bro?
I always had the bread. But I was plugged in. So long story short, well,
Hold on, man. You gonna say you was plugged in and just leave it at that? Who was you plugged in with, nigga? I want to know all the gruesome details, bro.
all right, so,
You know what I mean?
So my pops was getting money. He was getting money off the streets. He was plugged in with some people. He was getting money, right? You know what I mean? He was selling something, getting some bread. And at the same time, he had like an underground social club where niggas would come through. So all the Jamaican hustlers throughout Jersey would come there and hang out.
Club.
Yeah. It was an underground spot,
So
like you
your
had to
pops
know it was there.
basically the man, huh?
I would say, yeah. I wouldn't
he
say he was
was
the
that
man,
guy.
but he...
Yeah, he was that guy. If all the hustlers is coming to his spot, then he must be that guy.
Well, I'll say that he was that guy.
You know
then.
what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Man, don't be bashful, bro.
Well, he was the guy in that. But so the spot was a spot where my pops is ill with the chefery, so he would cook, and they would have card tables and shit where niggas would play cards, poker, dominoes. There's a whole bunch of gambling spots. Yeah, gambling hole.
Gambling hole,
Yeah.
man.
And he, he'd
You know,
buy.
it's crazy. I grew up in one of those shits myself.
Damn.
That shit crazy.
So I don't even know nothing about gambling, but every so often this cat would call me like, yo, come down here and pick up some money. So I had a car back then, so I would drive my little car down there. He'd just give me like a garbage bag of money and say, yo, when you get to the house, wrap it out. That's like, just put in, 5s, 10, 10s, 20, 20s, 100, 150, whatever. Put all the dough together. You know what I mean? So, we kept rubber bands in the spot. So all this money I would collect, I go home, I go into my room, locked down. You know what I mean? Money smelling like money, feeling good. So I would go into my room and I would start to count money out. Now,
let me guess, 1 for you, 1, 2 for me.
Yeah, pretty much.
1, 2, 3 for
So, a little skimming off the top.
Yeah.
Skimming off the top there, man.
So I got this bag of money. I'm looking at all this money. I was like, I know this nigga didn't count none of this shit. He just throws all this shit in the bag like, yo, here, take this.
Uh-huh.
So definitely, exactly what he said is what I'm doing. I'm like, all right, 100 over there, 200 over here, 300 over here.
So you mean to tell me your pops was making so much money, he didn't know how much money he was making?
He never knew how much money was in that bag.
So if you didn't count it, he didn't know what it was.
He didn't know. My pops is not that disciplined, and I think
so. You's a grimy nigga.
I'm a grimy nigga, yeah.
Grimy as fuck.
Grimy.
This nigga was taking his daddy money, man.
Right off the top.
You know what I mean? I know you got to shine too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Got a style too.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it 100 too. I didn't even tell this. I never told this part of the story. This nigga and me wear the same size shoes, and this nigga would wear my shit. And I would come and
listen, man, I can't fault them because as you get older, you lose your little style.
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
New styles come in, and you ain't up on that shit. So your kids be knowing what time it is.
But the nigga would take like my Timbs and shit, and he's in the kitchen frying and cooking shit, oil stains and shit on my shit.
All on your shit.
You know how that is.
Yeah, man, they ain't coming out.
Yeah, so it's like I got to the point where I was like, well, you know what? When you take them, I'm just going to buy me new ones. Fuck them. So first, I was just taking money to replenish the shit he was fucking up on my shit.
And then you seen that it was so plentiful.
Yes.
It was like, oh, he don't even know this shit.
Yeah,
gone.
exactly. And he wasn't missing the 200, you know what I mean? The 260, the 265 for them gores. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
he wasn't missing those.
Gore-Tex,
yeah.
Man.
If you don't know nothing about that, you just don't know nothing about that. Leave it at that.
Them Gore-Tex, them shits was like fucking $300.
Exactly.
Know what I mean?
I was going downtown Irvington getting them for $268, $269 and shit from the nigga. So at first I used to do that, but then you in school and he giving you just little 20s and shit, and you in school and you notice that you trying to impress a certain particular female. Yeah, you trying to be that nigga. You dig what I'm saying?
Like, listen, man, I'm gonna bring the whole fucking bag to school one day.
I said I'm gonna bring a bag. So I said the next time this nigga called me to come pick up some bread, I'm gonna make sure I have some bread too. Mm-hmm. So lucky, like two nights or so later, this nigga called me like, yo, I'm gonna need you to come pick up some money. And keep in mind, I'm going to school, and this nigga calls me around let's say maybe like 2:00 in the morning to come pick up some bread. Mm-hmm. Then he calls me back at like 4:30. It's like, yo, I know you got to go to school, but I need you to come back down here and get some bread. So in one night, I did like 2 pickups. Mm-hmm. Right? So I didn't count the first one. I was just going to hold it down and do it when I came back. But I said, fuck it. I need money, man. It was a Friday night. I never forget. It was a Friday, so I was going to go to school. It was a Friday. Weekend coming up, everything, it is what it is. So I said, fuck it. I'm counting all this money and I'm putting it together and I'm like, yo, put 100 over there for me. Fuck that. Put 200 over here for me. So that's how I used to do it first. So I would G him off with 1,000. I'll put 500 for me. You dig what I'm saying? We're talking about G him off over there. I put the shit over there. And then when I was done, if there was like a odd number, like a $600 left or something like that, all that would go to me. You know what I'm saying? So I did that, and I'm doing that for a while, and I'm at all times I'm in school with at least no less than $5,000 because I build up. First it was just I would have like
you mean to tell me you in high school, you rolling in with 5 racks in your pocket,
right? And
what are you doing with the money? Like, you just spending it on whatever?
No, at first I I wasn't really even spending the money. I kept the money to keep it 100.
Oh, so you were just stacking it up.
Yeah, I was stacking, but then I would just buy like clothes for myself and shit like that. So I would still replenish the shoes that this nigga would fuck up. You know what I mean? So all of the shoes and all the shit that I ended up he ended up fucking up for me, I would buy new gear. You know, so I'm going into the store buying gear. I'm buying whatever I want. So you know, you buying all of this fly shit. Shorty start to notice that your fly is on stupid. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then, you know it, when you in the lunch line and you're going to buy lunch and shit like that, because the school we go to, they had like Fridays was like pizza day, Domino's. We had like the Domino's pizza truck outside. They're making the bitch outside. They're bringing pies in. It's like a mobile Domino's truck or whatever the fuck.
Man, they had the motherfucking oven on the truck.
Yeah, and they was just bringing in pizza. So Friday was pizza day. So I would just go in the line, buy 2-3 slices of pizza. I buy my table pizza, whatever, because it was like $1 for the slice, and you in school, so you'd get those little fucking juices for a little bit of nothing and everything. So I'm buying shit, we eating, and I'm pulling out my knot in the lunch line, and the lunch lady be like, "Why do you always have so much money?" I'm thinking like, bitch, mind your fucking business. Like, you know.
Ain't none of her business.
Exactly. Back in the day, that's how we be like, man, what the fuck wrong with her?
Fuck is you talking about?
I'm like, I got a job.
Because I make money. That's why I got so much money.
I was like, yo, I got a job. So I'm there doing it. And I'm saying, like, I used to keep money and flashing money so hard that I was never a threat for nobody taking my money directly. But I used to remember I would go to the gym in my locker, and then the locker would get ripped off. Because cats knew I had that bread, and they trying to get to that bread. And I used to remember the locker on the opposite side of the locker I'm using, because they used to be like back to back. They would try to rip through the other one to get to the other side. I'm talking about I'm watching half my pants pull through a hole that they done made in the other thing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Half my shit ripped shit.
So you mean to tell me niggas knew that you had bread and they was trying to take
niggas knew.
Shit?
Yeah, but I would
niggas
be
was trying to take yours, man.
Yeah, but
it's some business.
I'm in gym with the motherfucking big ass Olis. You know how we do this shit with the money on me anyway. I kept the knot on me all the time. So it never mattered.
Niggas never got the money.
Niggas never got to the money.
So how the hell you get robbed?
I said, I thought I got robbed. Let me get there. I'm getting there. So I'm in class one day. I never forget. I'm in English class one day sitting down, and they told me I need to come to the office. So I said, you know, my teacher looked at me. She's like, "No, this nigga don't get in no trouble like that." And I was like, yo. So I go to the office. Principal calls me, and I go down there, and there's 2 police officers inside of the office.
The police?
Police in the motherfucking office.
So, hold on. The police is in the office for you?
Yeah. I thought it was something happened to somebody in my family, and they was coming to report to me. Because, you know, I know how my dad getting down, so I thought they was going to give me.
Yes. He was gone.
Yeah, so my heart's pumping. And they take me and said they would need me to go to my locker. And they checked my locker. And then they checked like 3 or 4 lockers next to me. Because you know what I mean? They didn't find none. So they come back up. But when they had pat me down and shit,
hold on. Fuck up. The police came to the school, patted you down, didn't never tell you why they was patting you down?
They pat me down, and I asked them, and they said that they believe that you are selling drugs in the school. Like, and they have evidence of you going in and out of your locker. I said, yeah, I got to go in and out of my lockers to get books. But I really wasn't worried about the drug part because I know I was never selling no drugs. So it was never, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't sweating it. Nah, I wasn't sweating it. I was pissed off. So I was giving them my ass because I knew I never had no drugs. Right. So they went into my locker, you know. Because what happened is I think the rumor in the school was that I was
selling drugs.
Yeah, exactly. I think the rumor was bigger than the reality because the niggas who was actually selling in the school couldn't keep up with the amount of money that I had. But I wasn't selling shit. I was just, I had a clear cut to the cash. You dig? So, came in the office, they did all their shit, they searched, they didn't find nothing, but the money was there. They counted the money out. It's like, yo, well, we need to know where you get all this money from. They said, in fact, and I wouldn't even answer to them. I said, I don't understand what that, you know, what this got to do with anything. I ain't selling no drugs. I just need to get my money so I go back to class. So, the principal said, nah, you got to bring your peers down here. They got to come up here and come get this cash because we need to find out why are you carrying so much money. He's like, I don't even have so much money. Like, you know what I mean?
What do that got to do with you, man?
Exactly.
I have no clue.
Ass niggas, man.
Hate,
Man,
man, tell you
Ass
about it.
niggas,
Nah,
they
they
bad.
was just concerned, man. They was concerned.
Whatever.
I mean, they thought that nigga was selling drugs at the school.
So
you
this
walk
is-
around with 5 racks in your pocket every day. Yeah, nigga,
Yeah.
you doing something. What you
Well,
doing?
when he counted
And if
it,
you ain't selling drugs, please tell me what you're doing so I can do the same shit
Yeah,
you're doing.
I'm
Because you
telling
making
you.
more than me. That's what the principal thinking.
my
Like,
gym
nigga,
teacher used to be my homeroom teacher. I ain't gonna call his name out, but my fly was so up and I had so much money. He used to look at me and say, "Yo," he used to pull me to the side and like, "Yo, what the fuck is you doing?" I said, "Man," I said, you know what I mean? You know, one of the dumb teachers. I used to whisper back. I said, "Bro, you know, you work hard. You can afford to find
man.
things in life." You dig what I'm saying? I'm all my swag is all up. I mean, I'm talking about I got glasses on, I got everything on, shoes match the shirt match the hat. Everything is Easter
Clean.
peak fresh. Oh, clean as a motherfucker. You dig what I'm saying? And my fresh is on 100 all the time. You dig what I'm saying? I smell super good. You know, I got cologne in the
Bitches like
fucking
that
dish.
shit.
Oh my god, I got cologne in the locker at school every day. After I'm going to another class, I refresh up the cologne. I walk in the door, you smelling the motherfucking Polo Sport. I swear to you, no lie. So you already know what it is. You know, back in the day, it was that
No cap.
motherfucking Nautica or that Polo Sport niggas was rocking.
doubt, man.
You know what I mean? So
that
I was a
low.
Polo Sport nigga. I had like 3 or 4 bottles of them shit. So.
Man, that low, bro.
So I was literally there. So they told me they had to get the money. Now, my pops is not somebody that was ever at the house. Because he was either doing that or he was out of town and back and forth. So I literally lived on my own, grew myself on my own. I never really had him as like, I ain't come home to see a motherfucker in the house.
Yeah.
It was always just me. So from them times, I'm always chefing. So that's the reason why my chefing is on a high level, because I had to cook my own food. I had to do anything.
You was chefing for yourself at a
All
young
times,
age, man.
yeah. Well, I was chefing for myself, and by that time, you know, I got local buns, so they know they could come to my house because I'm always the only one there anyway.
Oh,
You see what I'm saying?
Had the bun chefing up.
I got bun. I'm chefing for the buns.
Oh, you chefing for the bun.
I'm chefing for the buns, son.
That nigga
So that
chefing-
means
You
I'll
supposed
chefing for the effing.
yeah, chefing for the effing. Facts. I didn't thought about it like that, but I like that. So I'll invite a shorty. I'll be like, "Yo, man, I'm an ill cook. I'll just hook you up something." Nigga, you can't cook shit. I'm like, man, stop playing. You know what I mean? What you want? Tell me what you want. There's one chick that I've been trying to get at for a minute. She's like, "Yeah, I want some shrimp, this, that, and the other." She came through. I hooked it up in front of her. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And I don't need for me to stress the rest. Just know that.
Nothing else.
You know what I mean? They couldn't understand my chefery was on stupid.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, so it took the bread. I can't get my pops to come to the motherfucking school, period. He's not gonna happen. Plus, if I tell him, he gonna know that I was skimming the money.
Yeah, so you can't tell your pop shit because he gonna know you. The
Right.
jig is up, nigga. He
Exactly.
gonna stop letting you count his money. And steal it.
Exactly. So it's like one option is you gonna have to give up all that money. Well, I couldn't give up the money. The school gonna want to see somebody.
Yeah. So what the fuck did you do?
So back up a little bit. Where we stayed in East Orange was right around the corner was another big homie for the block. Like, he used to always see me all the time. I had an issue one time with one of the niggas, and he used to hang out over there. And I went over there and I just spoke to the nigga in regards to that. He's like, "Nah," he's like, "I see you all the time. You a cool nigga. You live right here at 160, right?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Yo, you good. I'm gonna holler at the nigga when you get there." When I get there, actually, he called the nigga today, and then when I was coming home one day from school, he called me over there. You know what I mean? He's like, "Either y'all gonna shoot the fair one or blah, 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 blah." But the nigga was just fucking with me because he didn't like me because all my shit was, you know what I mean? One of them type of niggas, you know what I mean?
Hater.
Yeah, so I ended up being cool with that nigga after a while. You dig what I'm saying? But so I met the nigga, and I used to now get off the bus from school because I'm taking public transportation back. Because remember, I'm in the urban community, but I'm busing from the hood. I'm not supposed to be living in the hood. I'm supposed to be living over there. I'm using my uncle's address to actually go to that school, but I'm supposed to be going to the shit in the hood. So I didn't go to school with them niggas, but them niggas knew me because, again, you know, I'm fresh. I move different, you know what I mean? And I'm cool with niggas and they cool with me. So I'm watching these niggas, they talk to me. I'm the type of nigga, I'm there. I may buy like 4 or 5 boxes of pizza from the corner spot. You know how we do. You know what I mean? So these niggas was fucking with me. We was all cool and they out there hustling, light hustling, and I'm out there just chilling with them. It's always just that one fly nigga that would hang out with all the niggas and everybody just didn't fuck with him like that, but they just knew he was just he was a cool nigga. He was the neutral cool nigga. I was that nigga. So I was hanging out with the nigga. So when the situation happened, I hit my man up. I ain't gonna call his name out, but God bless him. He's still good. He out there. And I told him, I was like, I told him what happened. And he's like, nah, no worry about it. I got you. Dig what I'm saying? He's like, I got you. So the next morning, the nigga gets up, all dressed up and everything. He's going to school to me to be my dad to claim the money. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So we get on the bus and everything, and I'm nervous. Like, yeah, you got to say this. He's like, yo, calm down. I got this whole shit under control. This is nothing. This is under control. So that morning, I went to school late because quite obviously I have to go back into the office anyway. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to be there on time because they're going to have to do homeroom shit because they do homeroom in my school first. That's where they do the attendance and all that shit first. I wanted,
and shit.
And all the announcements and shit for the morning. So I wanted to go after all of that. So I pull up there late and sat in the hallway and I told them, this is my pops or whatever. It's like, oh, okay. And so they, call out my last name, everything. He introduced us to my pops, them to give him a couple of minutes, and then they was going to bring us into the office. So he went to the school safe or whatever, pulled out this little, brown envelope and everything that, he wrote the amount of money on the motherfucker that was on there and goes into the room and he's talking to my pops. He said, well, the other day we there was news and information coming that your son was possibly selling drugs in the school. And we were a drug-free school, blah, 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 blah. So we take these allegations serious. So we first had hall monitors watching him and he would go to his locker after every so often and stuff like that. We didn't actually see him, but I used to go to my locker all the time to get fresh with the cologne for the next class. You see what I'm saying? So the amount of trips to my locker and the amount of people that would be around me caused for them to think that it was going down in the locker or whatever. So
slinging, man.
Right. So I was slinging fucking Polo Sport. Polo Sport got me in trouble.
Man,
So he was explaining how they came to the hypothesis that I was selling some shit in that motherfucker. So I sat there, I said, he listened to my pops and he said, so after, we had to call the police to get them involved because it's like, really, if there's drugs in the school, they have to be the one to, I guess, collect it or whatever. I don't know. Each town got different bullshit. I don't know.
Yeah.
So when they didn't find nothing, the cops kind of sort of left once there was no drugs found in anything. But the situation with the money was still there that the school felt like they needed to rectify. So the school said, we have this money in this envelope, and he goes and counts this money out, and he's sitting there. So the whole time, old boy's paying my pops, he's like, oh, really? Because he's playing it off like he don't know what's going on. So as soon as the guy come in there, he says, he looks at me. Never forget it. The nigga looks at me and says, so I'm telling you to do the deposits for the business and this is what you're doing with the money? So I'm playing along because I didn't know what he was really going to say. So I'm looking at her and I have my head halfway down and this motherfucker plucking me and slapping me in the head and elbowing me and shit. He's like beating the shit out of me in the school in front of the principal. He's like, I'm waiting for these deposits to be in the account so I can pay bills and buy the food for the restaurant and doing all this da-da-da-da-da-da. So he goes, he tells the principal, he says, yeah, we have a family business and the bank is right down the street from the school. So I tell him to go ahead and I give him my deposits. He's supposed to wait until after school to do these deposits. I know that I'm trusting him to go ahead and make this deposit so I can run the business. So the principal looks up and she's like, oh, so they're thinking I'm flaunting with the deposits for my pop's business, and the nigga plays the shit off so sweet. And when I say this nigga yoked me up, plunked me in the fucking top of the head, all kind of shit, and at first the principal was acting like he didn't want no violence, but he's like, yeah, well, he gotta kind of learn a lesson, because,
Niggas ended it all like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, he said, yo,
learn a lesson, motherfucker. You thought I was selling drugs,
exactly.
Motherfucker.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
Yeah, facts. So he's like, yeah, he needs to learn a lesson, because, he could have, he could have lost the money in school. Somebody could have robbed him, or it could be bad, and blah 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 blah. So
only people that tried to rob me was y'all motherfuckers.
Exactly, facts.
Know what I mean?
Yeah, facts. So this shit was crazy, but I'm gonna go to break real quick, and I'm gonna come back, and the story gets even better.
Yeah, man.
It gets really better.
Yes, I got to hear this.
Give me a second. We'll be right back to MCs on the Mic podcast. Yep.
Yeah, man. Hold on. We gotta get back to this story, bro.
Yeah, we will. Let me sip on some of this yak.
Story right
We
here.
got to get back to this story,
God.
man. Nigga almost got robbed by the school.
Got rocked by the damn
Nah, man.
school.
Just
Yeah.
selling drugs.
Yeah. The lunch lady told on me, and the motherfucking rest of the niggas who was mad that I was getting that money told on me.
It's always the haters, man.
Yeah, man. They was watching me
Snitch ass motherfuckers.
while the niggas that was moving work in the school was right next to me.
Under they nose.
If they went two lockers over for me, then I got a stash. But I still told. I didn't even mention that.
They would have tried to blame it on you.
Exactly. I didn't say shit though. You know what I mean? But it was another nigga locker that was assigned to him. You know how you'll put a lock on a locker that ain't got shit to do with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just use a locker, but that was another nigga assigned locker, so he would have to explain how that shit got into his assigned locker anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, so back to the story though. So I'm in the office, I'm getting straight punk slapped up in the office. Principal is in there like, yeah, he got to learn and that type of shit. Like, that's the type of energy he giving me. Old Italian bastard. I ain't gonna say nothing about him, but so we did, and so dude goes and says, well, I'm gonna fill out the deposit. So he has a deposit ticket for the bank. He's like, I don't know what you did with the deposit ticket. He's like, how much money is in there? So we counting the money. He's like, that's not even what I gave him. So I know he spent some of this money. He's like, when we get home, we got stuff to deal with. This like, it ain't over here. Like, you getting the light service now. We about to have the big service when we get to the crib. You dig what I'm saying? So dude got me going good. He writes out he's sitting there in the office. Like, I'm borrowing Penny. He writing out the deposit ticket. So, dude gives him the money and everything. He said, I'll see you when you get home.
Oh, man, don't tell me this nigga ran off with your bread, man. Oh, my God.
I was right about to say.
Oh, man.
So,
saved yourself just to get hit?
I'm not even going to tell you how it happened. Let me just go keep on going. So, so dude takes the bread and said, I'll see you when you get home. And principal said, no, let me go to class. So, whole day I'm in class. I'm sitting there. I'm heated. Because now,
this nigga got your bread.
Yeah, now I'm thinking this nigga, yeah.
You done got smacked up.
Right.
The nigga still ran off with your bread. And shit, nigga, at least the school know you ain't selling drugs, though.
The school know I ain't selling drugs.
You know what I mean?
So,
At least they know that.
Right. So, in my mind, I'm thinking a couple of things. I'm like, yo, if the nigga take my bread, I could at least get bread back because at least I'm cool with the school. But then I'm in my mind, I'm like, nah, fuck that. I'm going to be a sucker if this nigga just take my bread. Like, you know what I mean? And this was an older nigga for me.
Yeah, the nigga's taking that, bro.
Man, listen.
You ain't getting
Nigga like, man, that's easy money, man. Easy lick. Easy $5,000.
It's like, I'll be an actor for $5,000. Shit.
$5,000.
It was at least $5,000.
Oh, no.
So I'm in school all day and I'm tight. Because in my mind, I'm saying to myself, yo, at one point I came to the realization I'm going to have to do something to this nigga. Because I just couldn't deal with that. I said that I was going to have to do something to this nigga.
$5,000 is a lot of money. So
Man,
it's like,
yeah. Well, think about it. We're still talking about 97, 98.
yeah, that's what
5,000 is 5,000 back then.
That's a nice amount of change,
Right.
bro.
Nice chunk of shit.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
That shit probably damn near 10 racks back then.
Yeah,
Equivalent to
man.
that. Because I remember I bought my car for $2,200.
Yeah, man. Man, so this motherfucker ran off with your bread, bro.
Nigga ran off with my bread. So at the time, my car was down, so I took the bus to school. It was either I was putting system in my car or something was getting done on the car. I didn't drive the car to school. So I'm there now broke. So I'm fly with the shorties. I told one of my shorties that I used to fuck with heavy. She's like, yeah. She goes in the purse. She give me $20. You know what I mean? Boom, boom, boom. So I get changed. I hit the bus. I get changed, and I'm going to hit the bus later on when I get out of school. You dig what I'm saying? So everybody in the school is not questioning me like a motherfucker. Yo, what happened? What happened? What happened? I'm like, yo, they thought I was selling in the school. So now I'm hearing all the niggas who was snitching on me. Because niggas started to tell you, yeah, such and such was doing that shit, but don't tell them I told you. I'm like, yeah, cool, word, all right, cool. I ain't said nothing to the nigga because I'm
So
about
let
to.
me ask you, was there any niggas that you fucked with that was telling?
Nah, you know who told on me? A lot of white boys was telling on me. Keep it a buck, because you know I'm in the school and I'm fly with everybody. You dig what I'm saying? I'm cool with everybody.
Yeah, snitching is normal to them motherfuckers.
So their snitching etiquette was a nothing. Then them motherfuckers was telling. There's this one particular white boy I couldn't stand. He was on some fly shit too. But his parents had bread. I was on some fly shit too, but I was a street nigga. I was urban. I was hip hop, you know? I was God's Effects. I was motherfucking Redman. I was Meth, you know what I mean? Them white boys was Hootie and the Blowfish. You know what I mean? So it was a big different type shit going on. So, you know, them white girls was getting into the urban swag and they was starting to, they was feeling this nigga, you know what I mean?
That, like, oh Lord, you taking the ladies? Oh no! That's where we draw the line when you fucking with our bitches now. No,
that's exactly how them niggas go.
So school is finally out, and I'm headed for the door because I gotta go. I hit the bus stop. I'm waiting. I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm nervous as a motherfucker. I'm like, yo, there's no way, because if I'm telling myself that everybody on the block where I live at would know that I'm pussy.
Yeah, man, you a target, man.
Yeah, exactly. I felt like I was fooled.
They call a pin cushion, man. Niggas stick you whenever they feel like it. You know what I mean?
I like that. So I'm sitting there on the bus. It's like the ride that normally take 30 minutes feel like it's taking 30 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I'm already telling myself I have to go on the block. Now as a Jamaican, I kept a ratchet. You know, the little knife I kept a little knife on. Yeah, a 3-star ratchet on me. I'm like, man, I'm poking this nigga. There's no way I'm not poking this nigga. I started thinking about shit I was going to do when I was in jail. I'm thinking about everything. Like, I'm saying, like, what my story was going to be.
So you basically knew you was going down.
I was telling myself, bro, I was already I premeditated the whole situation.
Yeah,
I told myself.
It's a
exactly. And then what I also, because I know the nigga lives there. That's his house, right? And then I also told myself, I was like, yo, damn, if I go there and I don't see nobody at the house, I know that I've been got. So I'm telling myself, if I pull up and I don't see nobody, I've been got. Niggas done went and shopped with my money. Nigga probably did a whole bunch of other shit.
Paid the rent, you know what I'm saying?
Everything.
Light bill, you know
everything.
What I'm saying?
So, driving. You know what I mean? Bus can't fucking get there quick enough. Finally get to where I get off. I pop off the motherfucking bus because I really didn't want to look over there. Because from getting off the bus, you can just look right through there. You can see where you're at. We're at a crossroad, an intersection. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Prospect and Park in East Orange. If you know Prospect and Park, I lived at 160 Prospect Street. That building right there in the corner. But my man spot was right down by the building. Mm-hmm. So, got off the motherfucking bus, man, that 94 bus. Pulled out. When I looked out, everybody from the hood was at this nigga house pointing at me laughing. Everybody from the hood, like literally everybody was over there pointing at me laughing. And then, so I'm starting to feel good now because I'm like, I know he ain't get me.
Yeah, everybody laughing. He told everybody.
Exactly.
Hey, at least I get my bread, man.
Exactly. So literally, I ain't not lying, man. Solid nigga. I'm gotta tell you, he's a solid motherfucker. So
he ended up being solid after all.
All of that.
Big up to that nigga because you know it's rare that we come across a lot of solid niggas like that, bro.
So I literally walk across the street, man. The nigga goes in his room, pull out the envelope, never touch it because he had, you know what I mean? He did. I count the money. He was good. He's like, yo. I was like, yo, what I owe you? You know. He came to school. He's like, nah, I don't want none. I said, nah, fuck that. 500. There you go. And he was reluctant. He used to tell me, nah, man, I'm good. So not only did I give him 500, I plugged him in with my pops so that he could get right. He could get right all the way right. I bet you he was all the because I would never mix business, but when I figured that he was this solid,
you like shit, nigga.
I had to do something because I felt like I owed the nigga. So I plugged him with my pops, and for years, him and my pops was like that. And then my pops liked the fact that I had somebody that if he wasn't there, he knew that I had somebody that was like a figure that I could, you know what I mean, move him out. Yeah, So I blessed him all the way, man. He was getting bread, and he used to always said that one situation, I turned him into a situation where I allowed him to put more food on his table. You dig what I'm saying?
Man, no doubt, man. Every nigga, real nigga's gonna appreciate shit like that, man.
So
man.
It solidified me in the hood, and that's when I was able to start moving around all of them rappers, them naughty niggas, and everybody in the hood, because everybody fucked with that nigga, because that nigga was the nigga in the hood that had and it was still coming from my situation, and he would just introduce like, yo, this little nigga right here, this little Jamaican nigga, got a little thing going on that asked me to spit and shit, you know what I mean, to make fun of my accents and shit, but it fucked with me hard body. And
no doubt, man.
The story goes to show that I did get my 5 racks back, minus 500.
You got your 5 racks back, so you basically got 4,500.
I have 4,500.
You know what I mean? You ain't get robbed, but they made sure that you had to give up something.
Right.
You gotta pay a little something.
Yeah.
So
And
technically, that whole situation cost you about 500.
Cost me 500, baby.
Man, no doubt.
It was the best 500 I ever spent,
No
though.
diggity, man, because you ended up getting a comrade.
Exactly.
In the process, you ended up bettering somebody's situation in the
Facts.
process. And the school knows that you wasn't selling drugs.
Yeah. Exactly.
Prove them niggas
Because
wrong, shit.
the next day I went back with the knot.
You know what I mean? now,
Now with the knot, yeah. So
listen, man, now you all up in the principal face.
exactly.
Like, now, listen here, man.
now-
Go up in the principal office like, yo, what I owe you,
Yeah,
man?
well, exactly.
What I owe you, man?
Now it's known that my family owns restaurants, and that's where the money comes from. So when they see me with it, that's what it was. So now the word that went around the school was that all that money was my pop's money or family money. So
Business money.
yeah, niggas was trying to dub me on that level. I would always say, believe what you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Believe what you want, man.
I'm spending
I'm
it.
still spending it. You know what I'm saying?
What you mean, my family money, nigga? I'm spending this
Exactly.
bread, nigga. The fuck is you talking about, man? Sounding like some such
Yeah.
ass nigga, bro.
Just know that if I want your bitch, I got enough money. She's mine. You know what I mean?
Take your bitch and give
You
it
know what I'm
back.
saying?
So you already know what it is. So I felt like I wanted to share that one with you because it was a real nigga story, and I felt
doubt,
like
man, that was a
real
fun
nigga
story.
Yeah.
That's
dog.
a funny ass
Nah, I
story.
mean, that shit had me compelled from beginning to end,
yeah,
bro.
facts.
I mean, that's what the fuck is up, man.
Yeah, so I ain't gonna drag this out, man. This is another ill 2 MCs on the Mic podcast show,
Yeah,
man.
you know, I'm your host, Blam the General,
And
man.
I'm your host, Link the Boss.
And we out of this motherfucker. But before we go, remember, each one teach one, niggas.
Facts.
All right?
We out.
Peace.